Hello John, welcome back. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you the differences between inline element and block element. Well, saying this won't actually be reasonable to you just like that, but when we get to it, when I show you practically what I mean, you are going to understand. So let's do the practical. The first thing I'm going to do here is to open a new folder, and then I name my folder inline versus block. Yes, this is the folder, and the next thing here I'm going to do is to open up this folder inside my code editor, which I'll be using Visual Studio Code. When this open up, I can close this, then create my own new file, which I'll be naming index.html. I click on enter. So to close this sidebar, I toggle here and bring out my basic HTML document structure. So inside this title, I should be open to change it to inline versus block. Well, so quick explanation. These inline elements and block elements can only be are only applicable to visual elements. And when I say visual elements, I know you haven't heard of that before also. Visual elements are elements you can see inside your browser. Most of the times, the element that are nested inside the head tags, most of the time the element that are nested inside the head tag cannot be seen inside your browser, especially all these meta tags. But most of the tags we nest inside a body tag. The tag that will be nested, or let me say the element that will be nested inside a body tag, are most times visual elements, like heading 1, I love coding, and let me save and see what happened. Copy part and then open it inside the browser, paste this here and hit on enter. Yes, you can see our text here, our heading 1 that says I love coding. So this heading 1 that you are seeing now is it is a block element. Why is the block? Why should I say heading 1 is a block element? Let's try adding another heading 1 at the bottom here. Let me add another one and say this is great. And let me save and go to my browser and refresh. You see now the second one has appeared, but it appeared directly below. It appeared directly below the first one. Why is it not appearing in the front of it? Because they are block elements. So block element will just fill up the entire whole single line. So whenever you add another block element, it's going to be added at just the second line of it. You cannot see it in front of it. This can be adjusted in our CSS, which when we get to CSS, we are going to see how to adjust that. But for now, as far as you can see here, if we keep on adding another H1 or another H2, all the heading elements are what? They are block elements. Do you understand? I believe by now you understand what is block element. So all the headings are block elements. And then let me give you a quick example of inline element, the anchor tag. The anchor tag is an inline element. So if I should add an anchor tag now and then give it just a text. Now this is an anchor tag. You can see it here, right? So if I added another anchor tag, it's going to appear just in front of it, not at another line. Well, I should try that, not just by mouth. Let me just quickly change this text content and then save. Then let's refresh, and you can see it appears just in front of it. It doesn't go to other line, it appears just in front of it because it's what? Inline element. I believe with this, you have understand what is the difference between inline element and the differences between block element, which there are a lot of them. I just give you a tutorial to understand it. Inline elements, they appear in front of each other. You see now, this is an anchor tag, this is another anchor tag, but they are not taking up the full spaces. When I add this one, I add another one, it appears just directly in front of the first one. But in the scenario of block element, I love coding is a block element which is an heading. It takes up the full width. Another one I added which just starts at the second line of it. Then what is the other thing you need to know about inline elements and block elements? We can next most of the times we can next an inline element inside a block element. Well, what does that mean actually? Let me quickly show you. So now inside this, to be sincere, this code I want to change it. This code text I want to change it to a link. So I can just nest an anchor tag here. Just anchor tag. Then let me just and copy this text and then paste it inside here. That means we nested, we added an inline element to a block element, which is an H2, which will work perfectly. And you can see now this code have turned to a link and it's nested inside a block element. I believe by now you understand. Well, that doesn't work in the other scenario. If you are practicing to next a block element inside an inline element, that means a vice versa of what I've done, it may not work. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you in the next one.